何学校にネズミなんか持ってきてんだよ。
すみません、驚かせて。ネズミはいいですよ。支配される者の卑屈さを体いっぱいに表している。支配者であることの楽しさを実感できますよ。
Stop it. Get some help.
What's good, anime enthusiasts? Welcome to another episode review for A Liar Game. Now, this one is surprisingly tame. Yeah, pretty tame. It has a nice exposition on a certain character that we're trying to look more into, Yokoya, and it's just building him up to be like the big villain of this particular game / arc that we're dealing with. And I do like it. I do kind of wish we got a little bit more of the game, but it looks like we'll get more and more beyond that. And also, we get to learn about the true nature of the game because it's not that simple. But anyway, let's just get right into it. Episode 14, Dictatorship. Now, new intro is banging. It's cool. I like it. It's going into my playlist, like my anime open playlist. I'm stoked with that. But now, what's the deal with this Yokoya dude? Why does he have Kikuzawa like shaking in his boots? Well, Yokoya had that look in his eyes, and he's been giving off bad vibes ever since those times in school with Kikuzawa. You know, when a kid asks, hey, who controls the school? Like on day one, you know they are trouble. And even when he says some offbeat type of stuff saying like, mice are the physical embodiment of subservience. They let me enjoy the feeling of being controlled. Bro, put this man in juvie immediately. Get him out of here. How did nobody see this coming? Especially no one seen it coming. Even these little delinquents, because one of them knew, oh, he's the son of a CEO. He might be easy pickings. So they roll up on the dude, and they bully him, they punch him, they take his money. And, on the other end of that alley that, somebody's taking photos. And then Yokoya's like, well, now, I thought you might bully me. Now I had them take photos. Well, I hired a photographer. And now that I have your photos of you beating me up, now I'm going to blackmail you. Unless you listen to me. Here's some money. Take it. Otherwise, you guys are gonna get reported to police and put on your permanent record. So this guy immediately, within 2 days of him coming to the school, has it underneath his own control. Dude had a hierarchy, and his whole game enforced it. The only way to survive in that school was that you had to pay your way to the top, or you snitched on somebody who didn't like Yokoya anyway. That's how you get up. How do you create a cesspool of lying, distrust, dishonesty, snitching within the whole entire school? I would not want to be at that school anyway. Yo, mom, please get me out of here. I don't want to be here. And even after he left, there was a power vacuum and everybody suffered for it. And so, back in the present time, yeah, Yokoya, he more than likely has the country a night underneath his own dictatorship. Name an episode. While the group is like, all right, Kikuzawa, thank you for telling the story, but now we don't like you for what you've done already, no matter what. And then now it comes in, it's like, hey, I listened to the story, Kikuzawa. It's okay. He was just, on bad terms, bad timing. Kikuzawa, if you use all the money that you earned and divide it equally amongst us, we should forgive you. And then everybody goes like, yeah, we forgive you. And so, yeah. And, it's likely that this is not like the only plan that Yokoya has. He might be a few steps ahead already. Already has working on another plan. With that being said, the game continues. The team is actually winning. Fukunaga manages to get a 200 million swing for the team. Cool, it's happy. However, the hosts were like, this seems bad for them. And of course it is. Because while Akiyama is like observing the other team through the window, Yokoya hasn't really shown himself for a while. So you might be making a move soon, as per Akiyama says. However, on our side, during a short little meeting, they thought, we're ahead by 200 million. We can take it easy. We don't have to have this meeting. Everybody, just use your own judgment. Take what you want. Unfortunately, that's a bad idea because if there's no like coercion or plan or whatever, everybody just like, oh, I don't want to be the one to suffer, so let me not take any money. And that's what everyone did. Not take a single dime. And it was a stalemate for both sides. 16 rounds down, done. And hey, day team, our team, we're winning. Woo! It's amazing. And of course, it's nighttime and everybody needs to go to bed. We can finish up the next set of rounds on the next day. However, Akiyama's like, hold on, everybody, we need to have a pep talk. We need to have a come to Jesus moment. So he gets everybody together and we go on to, we need to get everybody underneath the same page. What's going on? Akiyama claims that the group has fundamentally misunderstood the game. And there's some explanations in math. We learned that the day team is actually losing when it comes to profiting off the game. Because if we go back to the rules at the beginning of the game, how do we earn money? We take money out of the other team's ATM and we bring it to our side, hopefully successfully. We also win money by intercepting the team when they attempt to take money out of our ATM. That's the key point. You see, at the end of the game, whatever money that you got in your third world country, that's it. You keep, it's whatever. However, what other money that you have in your current team's ATM that the other team is trying to intercept, that money gets divided amongst your entire team. So if you're on day team, your day ATM, you get that money at the end of the game. But it's up to the country of night, the other team, to cross the border and steal that, because that's technically their money. But you get it at the end of the game if it's still in there. Right now, currently, day team has more money in their supposed ATM they need to take, with that being the ATM on the night team, rather than the ATM that the night team trying to steal from. So if the game were to continue at the end of the game, let's say the night team has fully cleaned out day team's ATM, they're going to be walking away profiting. Yeah, they'll lose, but they're able to use all of that money that they used to pay off for the debts. And they're cool. While on the day team side, they won't be able to get any money outside of the ATM they're trying to steal them from, and they'll be down a whole bunch of money. And if they wanted to pay themselves out, they'll have even less money that the night team has. So there, it's a nice little wake-up call for the team. And that's the end of the episode. Man, wow, I like this. Unfortunately, like I said, I would like to have a little bit more of the actual game going on, but as you can probably see, it's kind of like hard to like get into the tactics of everything. We've already went through 2 tactics already. Well, one of them was a cheat with Yokoya and Kikuzawa communicating in this Esper, but we have Kikuzawa's technique of, yeah, you just have to figure out whether or not they have money or not, and you always bet 100 million if they do have money, if you think they have money, and you pass if they don't have money. That's pretty simple and easy, but at the end of the day, you have to figure out, well, how do we get money out of the ATM we're supposed to steal from and prevent them from doing that sort of thing. But anyway, I still enjoy this. I like Yokoya's backstory. Hopefully it's not all talk and he has a little bit more play, but other than that, it makes sense for a dictator to be, I guess, a little weak, and he has like the power and pull and the charisma, but he's not strong physically. He doesn't need to be strong physically. He just needs to be more charismatic than the others and has more sway with his movements of what he's doing. As long as the other team trusts him, he's cool. He's chilling. But anyway, still enjoyed it. Moving on to episode 15 next Monday. Can't wait for it. With that being said, y'all comment down below. Anything y'all want to say, add to it. If not, hope all of you have a good day, night, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. And I hope your day is just a little bit better than it already is. With that, we'll catch y'all in the next episode. Peace.